Welcome back, everyone, to the Ghost 44 Prime $500 Ghost Tournament. It's myself, Lando, joined by Taylor Keating. And Taylor, we're already hopping in here toward our quarterfinal matchup between YRN and BiGBabies. So, like I said, team names still getting interesting. I know we had like and and a bunch of odd team names. I'm not exactly sure, but at least we have actually some familiar faces in the side of YRN. We actually have Twerk, Godism, Steve, and Lou. I know we got to watch the Quavo duos in the past. And their actually teammate Kenny was in a matchup we got to watch a little bit earlier.
Yeah, the Quavo kids are definitely people to watch. As Ramby Bambi gets a kill, it's 2v3 situation. Teddy Rex and S&D Sarah himself, someone to watch during this matchup as well.
Absolutely, of course, firing some shots from a long range. Able to shut down Twerk, but can't do much more than that, as Godism will be there for the pickup. A lot of very well-known players when it comes down to this matchup. I know a lot of strategy definitely going to be coming into these rounds. From the side of BiGBabies, of course, Bam Bam, Ramby, those guys immediately already are known for their S&D game. Of course, you got Turn Up, Teddy Rex. On the opposite side, like I said, for YRN, this has actually been a lineup that I've seen, I want to say like at least every other tournament, if not every tournament, is YRN, I feel like, in. Quavo Steve, Quavo Lou, Godism, and Twerk. I know over time this kind of roster has formed, and they've been playing in every tournament together, as Teddy Rex will find that first blood there on Lou. But I've got a chance to actually watch the side of YRN quite a bit, and I know actually on this map as well, I know we were talking about shotguns, the strategy of that being brought up. Twerk is, by everyone's opinion, at least in the streams that I've been able to watch, and in ours as well, a guy who has no issue by any means rocking that shotgun when it comes down to Sovereign. So I'm curious to see if they didn't agree on those, if they actually pull that strategy out, maybe out of their back pocket.
I mean, I'd like to see some shotguns get a little exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot some bodies maybe with the shotgun. I appreciate that.
Yeah, the Bulldog, the TAC-12, I think is what it's called.
I'm down. Let's get spicy. As Teddy Rex gets his final kill cam with the gold vector.
God dang it. Maybe it shoots faster. Who knows?
Who knows, man? We're not with the times. I don't think. We're that developed enough to know these things.
I mean, the strategies of camos making guns shoot faster has definitely been a thing in the past.
That has been every year. Someone's like, it's someone like Killa's like, oh no, definitely the gold camo. Yeah, it shoots faster, 100%. It's like, no, no.
You never know.
There's a lot of superstitions in Call of Duty that always come about.
There are.
May be true and maybe not. As Teddy Rex is wrecking kids as he gets killed in B, but Ramby all by himself in a 1v2 situation.
And Twerk as well, he's finding a double kill to start this one off. At least this round number 2. Ramby in a position to clutch, just sitting outside of B. Now rotating over toward A. Of course, he does have the advantage of being on the defensive side, but as soon as that bomb is grabbed and planted down, that advantage will slowly start to shift. Of course, bomb's still not in the hands of anyone on the side of YRN. Of course, Godism quick to change that. And it looks like based on where he was at, they could be making the rotation to put this one down at A, yeah. And what do you think of Ramby's positioning here? Do you think it's a decent line set? Because he does have the option to, of course, quickly check at B. And it's not an angle that you're going to see many players in, the offensive team's position try and check.
I mean, if you really thought they were in B, that's a great place to be. But then again, it's a 1v2 situation, and you hadn't seen anybody in a long time. Even though he just got the kill, it's a 1v1 situation. But yeah, it's hard, man. He's got 30 seconds. He's on the opposite side of the map. He's going to see he thinks that Twerk's going to be aggressive, and we'll see. I don't think Twerk is. He's just smarter than that player. He's going to come back and forth into green and wait for him.
Indeed he will. Twerk making his way around, playing, I should say kind of passively aggressive, just kind of rotating around very fast, but just around the corner is going to be one player. Knife up close, shuts down Ramby. Granted, if Ramby could have found that gunfight, I doubt there would have been enough time to rotate back. But regardless, Twerk, it's not a great day to die. It's a great time to stay alive. Calling card. But still 5-2 after just 3 rounds of play. Twerk playing very, very well, along with giving his team a 1-round advantage.
I think Ramby kind of maybe misplayed that just a little bit, trying to see if he could get a aggressive play off of Twerk, but you just ran out of time.
Indeed so, but Ramby Heading into round number 4 with that bomb in hand. See the push actually coming in. It looks like one player going to be on the flank. This is Bam Bam. Going to catch one up top, but no, Goatism is there for the challenge. I'm not sure if that was a call-out given from a teammate or just great intuition. But regardless, the kill comes through. And now on the opposite side, it will be Teddy Rex left in a position to finish off 2 final players, Goatism and Quavo Steve. Bomb in hand, and of course, Taylor, he does have the gold camo, so you never know.
Well, another thing to say is that Goatism has an AR, so this should be interesting to see. One's got the close-up, one's got the long range. This could be bad for Teddy Rex. He's kind of stuck at this point.
Yeah, that's kind of an awkward spot. Quickly wraps back around, and Quavo Steve is there for the pickup. So Goatism and Steve, granted they didn't necessarily play right next to each other, but they did play situation out correct. He had to be in some position near that top map side, and as it will be now 3 rounds to 1 in favor of the side of YRN. Despite Quavo not having the strongest of performances up to this point, he's still at least hanging in there and doing what he can to support the squad. As he will be the bomb planter now.
I'm curious to see as to why Steve Quavo Lou played on a different team than Quavo Kenny.
Yeah. Could have been like a late sign-up or something, maybe. I'm not exactly sure.
Maybe,
and possibly. I'm not gonna lie. I think in like past tournaments, I've seen them not all play together. I think in like one of the first tournaments that we did for the Ghost 44 S&Ds, they played with each other quite a bit. And then over time, like I think I saw Quavo Lou and Quavo Kenny play together, and Steve played with another team or and whatnot. I think like whenever the timing works out, they play with each other. But a lot of the time, they're not usually the full squadron of 3. So I'm not sure.
Very interesting.
Yeah, kind of a series of events. Every time that we have these Ghost tournaments, I'm always curious. It's like the Quavo guys in it, like they're gonna play in it, you know. But
the notorious Quavos.
Yes, those Quavo bros. Quavo Lou actually spots one just running inside a map room. Question being, is he ready for the peek out that could be coming from the exact same player? Very slow reaction time. I'm not sure if his prone was blocked. Maybe he couldn't turn fast enough in that situation.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a little, very slow reaction. It's like I was watching 50-year-old there.
It was watching one of us play, baby.
Especially me. That's fair to say.
2 to 3, though.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you think pulls this one out? I know you got the Quavos. You like the Quavos.
I'm really curious. Like, maybe there was some not strategy, but maybe there was like a play call that these guys agreed on no shotguns heading into this one. Of course, I don't really like check everyone's Twitter before the map starts or anything like that. But, you know, I really thought that those shotguns kind of came in. We definitely see them coming from to work. But he's not pulling out. And like I said, I'm not sure if that was a play call ahead of time or if that was a communication that was led. But I'm definitely favoring the side of YRN. Granted, you have some very, very talented players. I can't say that enough on the side of BiGBabies. I hate to call them something negative, but that is the team name. But you got Bam Bam, you got Teddy Rex, Ramby, Turn Up. Like, these guys are so talented. I'm personally favoring the side of YRN, but that's just because I know how they play and I know how good they are. But I think this one honestly has the potential to see around 10 at the very least.
Yeah, I think so too. I think this is going to be a really close matchup all the way through.
Yeah.
It's a 1v2 for Quavo Steve.
Quavo Steve.
The 1v1 Teddy Rex.
The pre-fire.
He knows where he is.
Oh, how does he see him? I am so confused.
I mean, listen, we are just maybe too old to see these things. And the gold camo prevails.
It does.
Once again.
My. Gunfights like that, or situations like that, or even reactions like that, make me
honestly
just showed to me that I am in no way ever going to be a pro Call of Duty player. Just never. It's not going to happen.
Listen, man, that takes years and years, day after day of playing wagers and 8s and UMG tournaments to get that kind of snap action going in.
Yeah, it's insane. Like I'm not gonna lie, I played a lot of Black Ops 1. I think I have 30 days in Black Ops 1. However, my time has come and gone. It was 2011, 2012 time. I was a young kid who thought that I could play for the best teams in the world, and you know, it just goes to show. And honestly, now that you think about it, because I was around like 15 at that time, there are kids who are 14, 15 who are playing and absolutely lighting it up. One of them being Illy, just as an example. Guys like Hook in Advanced Warfare, like, it was possible. I just didn't realize it at the time.
See, look at that gold gun, man. Just look at it. Teddy Rex is a beast.
He is. Teddy Rex is fantastic.
gold gun prevails, as I think it's hard to tell with these S&D stars because we do. I mean, you get to watch them a lot more than I do, but
Yeah.
I'm always interested, like the mindset that goes into these S&D stars that don't want to go into variant and the pro league. Did you think it's just like they're super comfortable with S&D and they're making enough money on the side?
I mean,
or they don't have aspirations to become a pro player?
I mean, I've definitely seen some of the overall amounts that they've made through some of the tournaments, and they definitely make. I mean, some of the very talented S&D stars definitely make quite a bit of cash, to say the least, when it comes into UMG tournaments, to say the least. But,
Right.
You know, I think it was definitely kind of like a conference thing, just because they haven't played Respawn in the past. I know there were some teams who tried to form. Actually, Teddy Rex at the end of Black Ops 3 tried to form under Merkin Clan with some S&D stars as well, and they were looking to try to play some variant heading into one of the final events of the year. It actually didn't end up working out for them, but you know, they've tried in the past, and I think World War II is just kind of like a stepping stone. Like, I think everyone's kind of returning for World War II. I mean, it's definitely the definition of hype. Like I said, old players, new players, guys who played in the past. Like, everyone is wanting to play World War II, including S&D stars as well. And you know, I definitely think they have a massive chance to do so. I mean, you got guys like Havoc, guys like Llama God, guys like Felony. You know, a number of different guys who were typically known as S&D stars in the past, Temp to be one as well. You know, who have risen to the occasion when given the opportunity and absolutely ran with it. So, you know, when it comes down to even all 8 guys in this lobby currently, all of these guys, in my opinion, definitely have the potential to do something. You know, obviously the sky's the limit, I think it's fair to say, for a lot of these guys, but it's a matter of just wanting to put in the work and wanting to kind of learn that variant role style. And I think when it comes down to, at least from what I've been able to see from World War II, the maps and whatnot, how they play, of course, Search and Destroy, we didn't get a chance to play it in the beta, but I think it definitely has the potential to be a very competitive game, mixed in with a lot of these great S&D stars who I think are going to show out.
No, and I've seen Fellow himself been trying to push a lot of these S&D stars to make that switch.
Absolutely.
Just because he knows he's done it himself, and he sees the potential in all these S&D stars winning all of these tournaments. That it's almost laughable sometimes when some of these S&D stars play against some of the pros and they just demolish them. As Ramby's Teddy Rex team pulled, and here it is, the gold gun, baby. Let's go. It's the gold gun day. That's all it is.
How many times have you said that today? I'm just genuinely curious.
I think 30. I think 30.
30? Are we coming on 30 now?
Might be under, honestly. Maybe over. Who knows?
Who knows? But BiGBabies end up taking this one 6 rounds to 3. Of course, 1-0 now in the series. But I know it's kind of interesting discussion when it comes to S&D stars, how they're kind of playing, you know, when it comes down, obviously, to the next title. I know there's been some arguments kind of back and forth. I know it was kind of like mid-Black Ops 3 Infinite Warfare time whenever, you know, guys like JCap, you know, pros were kind of going back and forth saying, you know what, you guys are good, but you would never be as good as us when it comes into variant. We're the more complete players when it comes down to it. So I'm very interested to see when it comes into World War II how that mixture finally kind of comes into pass. How will these S&D guys start to mix with the pros? It definitely is going to form some interesting rivalries, to say the least, Taylor.
And then I can't wait for these S&D stars to really try and make the move, because I think the more the merrier, honestly, especially in a game like World War II. It's got that Black Ops 2 hype, and I'm ready for it. Absolutely.
Well, guys, we're going to head to a commercial break. Can BiGBabies close this one out in a 2-0 fashion, or will we see YRN at least force the map 3? We'll find out that information when we come back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ghost 4v4 Prime S&D Tournaments. It's myself, Lando, joined by Taylor Keating. Taylor, we're hopping in here toward map number 2, S&D on Warhawk between YRN and BiGBabies. Teddy Rex and co from BiGBabies, of course, were able to take map number 1 on Sovereign, 6 rounds to 3. And we'll now see how the side of YRN, a team who has played in a constant amount of our Ghost tournaments here on UMG Online, how they will fare off and how they can potentially try and respond. I want to know, in your opinion, of course, after just witnessing a little bit of a round number 1, do you think we can see YRN respond? Or do you think this one is a hot 2-0 for Teddy Rex and co?
Honestly, I have no idea.
It's kind of difficult to call.
It really is, because they are kind of equals, I would say. But I would say that I think Quavo, Steven, Quavo, Lou, and Twerk, they might have the advantage on Warhawk, only because I do see them use ARs a bit more, and this is more of a bit of an AR map. So it's going to be a close call. It's really a toss-up at this point, but I'm favoring Quavo's team a little bit.
Favoring the Quavo clan, Quavo crew, Quavo... I don't know. What's another name for group?
Quavo.
Team?
Quavo Kids.
Quavo Kids. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Not sure how old they are.
I'm
Although
crafty.
Quavo Steve's UMG Online username is actually Crayons, so
Quavo
kids,
Kids.
yeah, Quavo Crayons. I actually asked if I could join Quavo Lando.
Did they deny?
They didn't respond, so I'm not sure.
Well, that's pretty much a deny.
Yeah, I would think so.
It's unfortunate.
Plausible deniability, though. Oh, Nate's
Did he just go
galore.
himself with a Nate?
I don't know what exactly took place. All I know is that Ramby is probably one of the exact same thing. Guys, what just happened? Not exactly sure what just took place, but all I know is I have to kill 4 people. And Steve, Twerk, and Godism all have found 2 up to this point.
I think if the one thing we've noticed today is that we've seen a lot of 1v3s, especially on Warhawk.
Ramby can't give us another one, though. So unfortunate. But 2's across, as no player from the side of YRN has died yet.
it's two twos. It's the same. It's literally opposites on the scoreboard right now, which is very rare. But my prediction is holding up so far, so I like that.
You do, and looks like Ramby trying to switch things up, trying to get the first kill for his team actually on the board. Looking through bottom, Gina's at the moment couldn't find this one, but no, misses the snipe, firing through that glass window. And is not going to spot anyone, at least for now. However, kills not escaping as Teddy Rex. The gold vector doing some damage. Steve as well on the opposite side, shutting down Bam Bam. And Teddy Rex actually, I believe, tosses that smoke down. Or maybe that was just awkward timing that he throws a stun and the smoke goes out at the same time. I wasn't actually able to see that, but regardless, kills taking place. And Ramby, instead of 10, gets dropped. Now it's up to turn up. And a 1-on-2. Can he rise to the occasion?
Can he turn up? Per se.
God, I was going to say that too, and I was going to do the exact same thing. I will not hate on you for that one.
Great minds think alike.
Indeed. But turn up, checking B. Of course, not receiving any information, but could definitely get spotted out here. I like this angle actually from Godism. He should definitely pick this player off. Yeah, it does exactly that. So, granted, kind of a risk to leave Steve by himself on that A site to kind of plant, but regardless, it works out very, very well holding that mid cut.
Yeah, I think he knew that it was cleared out and that he had to come through the other side, so that's a good spot to be in.
Indeed. Steve and Godism combining for 8-0, and the opposite side, 2-12 combined for the entire team on BiGBabies.
It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. You know,
yeah, they could be at 0-12. You know,
that definitely could happen.
I feel like that would be exactly my score.
Turn up is turning up. See, as we talk about how bad they're doing, they turn up. I appreciate this. I think they just need to slow down and play for picks right here. They obviously want to go to A.
I want to hear your opinion on this because I've never asked anyone, but I've always been curious. You think it's TMT work or TM twerk? I've been calling him just twerk, and I'm not sure if like he goes by that or what's the play call. I actually follow him on Twitter, and I'm not exactly sure.
I think it's twerk, but he uses like the TMT, like the money team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the money
I think
twerk.
that's what it is. I don't know about that.
Man, what he does in his free time is totally up to him. I have, you know.
Yeah, I mean, TMT, Floyd Mayweather has some strip clubs. I don't know. Who knows with twerk? It could be some type of, who knows?
Yeah, not me. And Quavo Lou knows.
Right there.
He says, Teddy Rex, how's it feel to lose another round? They're now down 4 rounds to 0. Oh, man. Not exactly what I was predicting.
This is ending badly.
Not that I made a prediction. I don't think anyone really made a prediction coming into this map, despite we thought it'd be close. Like we could have said, like, oh, you know, the BiGBabies is gonna win in a close game, or YRN's gonna win in a close game. But I did not expect to see 4 rounds down and 4 rounds going to one team.
I mean, I guess I kind of said that Quavo's team was going to win, but then again, it's really a toss-up. But I think this is more of like a momentum thing right now.
Absolutely. Well, Ramby at least shutting down TMT. I'll call him Twerk. Who cares? Shutting down Twerk for the first blood. On the opposite side, though, Nate, along with some excess damage coming in from Quavo Steve. It looks like he's going to have some teammate support as Godism finds 2. Bomb going down for Steve now, as it will be a retake situation for Turnup and Ramby. Ramby right in that corner has the pistol in hand. As Turnip finds one, finds the second narrowly, but no, only gets hit markers with that. And Ramby's response, nice snipe there onto Steve, and now Quavo, the last player who stands tall. But for how long is the question. Ramby does have that Vector now in his back pocket. Lou with the AR.
Gotta find him.
Looks like
if he doesn't find him, he's not gonna win this round. He can't defuse it.
Yeah, ramping back around.
Looking bleak.
Oh,
it's looking bleak. Can he get the snipe?
Get the shot through 10 and just not enough time. Lou rounds the corner at the perfect time and actually gets the kill as well. The icing on the cake. 5-0. Do you think we see
Lou played that perfectly.
He did. Do you think we see a hot 6-0 or what are you thinking?
I think it's a hot 6-0. I think
6-0.
it's yeah. It's just it's not looking good. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw this with Dito's team as well. What was it, 6-1? I think it's
something
just
like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think once you kind of get in a rhythm and momentum on Warhawk, you kind of get shut down. I honestly, even for myself, when I play wagers, this kind of happens to me as well. So I don't know if it's just, and we see a pick already. It's not looking good. There it is, 2 in a row. They respond back with Twerk is down.
Yeah,
2v3 situation though.
Twerk ends up dropping, and Bamzoo's pressure resides on him. He needs to find 3 kills and win 6 rounds in a row. None of them going to happen. A hot 6-0 though in map number 2, S&D on Warhawk, as the side of YRN makes it look easy. Quavo Steve finishing at 9-2, Lou 5-1, and Godism 7-2. All score lines that go to show a dominant victory, which was exactly the case. Map number 2, of course, is in the book, so we're now heading to map number 3, which will be S&D on Octane. So, you know, we obviously got to witness here, Taylor, Sovereign and Warhawk maps that kind of play a little bit faster. Of course, Warhawk, you know, it's a little bit different. I think you kind of compare Warhawk to more of an Octane compared to a Freight, but still, definitely a very interesting one, I think, when it comes into Octane. I know we got to witness, you know, Pristini and Exotic's team a little bit earlier, how their kind of struggles come with that fast-paced to slow, or you know, prior or fast-paced maps that they kind of prefer. Now a totally different, you know, game style when it comes down to slower-paced maps. You know, how do you think this one's going to fare off? Are you kind of favoring any team in particular when it comes down to that?
Quavos again. I'm going to Quavos.
Okay.
I think what we just saw was a little bit of a dominance on a bigger map. I think they their angles are a little bit better, as you saw on one of those rounds where I believe it was Quavo Lou maybe at Blue Tarp. Just map awareness in general on big maps is so crucial, just because maps like Freight and Sovereign are really just gun skill, period. Warhawk and Octane is a lot more of angles and placement of your team. So I think that I feel like the Quavo team, and it's not their name's not the Quavo team, but YRN, I think they have a bit of more chemistry, it seems to be. Mm-hmm. So it's super crucial on a map like Octane.
Absolutely. Of course, we'll see how that one does turn itself out. Guys, we're going to do a quick commercial break. When we return, map number 3 on Octane. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yet again, another map 3. And, of course, another map here on Octane. Of course, as we're here for the Ghost 44 Prime tournaments, it's myself, Lando, joined by Taylor Keating. And we're hopping in here with BiGBabies and YRN. And already an aggressive play for the offensive team, which actually is going to be YRN to start us off. Snipes happening, kills going down. A very aggressive and interesting round number 1, to say the least, so far, Taylor.
That's what I like to see, though. And Quavo come out aggressive with 3 kills. Quavo lose on top of it. This is what I like to see. Aggressive vector play on B.
And of course, it does pay off. Quavo Lou.
Look at this wall bang. He knows.
Yeah,
he knows.
The little open sign covered says, no, we're open for business. The hat trick for Lou. I love how their names are just basic. Like, it's Lou, Steve, like...
Makes it a lot easier.
Quavo Danny, sure. Quavo Bill. Like, I feel like those could definitely be...
Bob.
Excess names. Yeah, Bob. I feel like Bob's no longer a common name. Yeah, Quavo Bill definitely could be one.
I don't think Bob's been used in the last 30 years, but...
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be naming my kid Bob anytime soon.
Yeah, no worries.
I mean, are you in favor of Bob?
You know, I'm a big fan of Bob Evans. Good breakfast.
Well, that's.
However, I do prefer IHOP. IHOP is a fantastic place for breakfast. Now, not that we're sponsored by IHOP or anything like that, but I totally wouldn't mind if that was.
Yeah, no plug.
Yeah, no plugs at all. But just saying. I'm winking. I'm using a wink emoji at IHOP right now. Is that their Twitter? I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm actually gonna
Future
follow
sponsorship.
IHOP right now on Twitter. Oh, I just messed up the caster mode. Hold on, I apologize. I'm just gonna follow them really quick because I love IHOP. There we go.
I mean, honestly,
They have 100,000 tweets. IHOP.
I mean,
gosh,
maybe they're
active.
looking for you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If I get a follow back from IHOP live on broadcast, I'm gonna give away my T-shirt or something. I don't know. There's a hole
Wow,
in it.
give away
That's not
your
good.
T-shirt? That's crazy.
It's actually UMG South Carolina T-shirt. Not many people have these T-shirts.
Ooh.
Yeah, very rare.
This T-shirt has a hole in it.
It does. Just underneath my my arm here. It's actually expanding a little bit. It's rather unfortunate. Need to get a new one.
Well, you need me to sew it for you, or what?
Yeah, I can send it to you.
All right.
Like.
For free, I'll do it.
Oh, nice.
As Quavo Lou shoots bodies more, 5-0. He's turning up.
Oh yeah,
And,
gameplay. Forgot we were actually.
Yeah, we're actually watching Call of Duty.
There we go. Let's talk about IHOP and how my shirt has a hole in it. That's it.
But,
This is the point we're at in this tournament, is that we're talking about that stuff, and we're only at the quarterfinals. Not that I'm mad about that. I'm just saying.
That's kind of the time, though. I feel like
happens.
that's the we'll catch our second win.
Imagine us when we're in the
Second
finals.
wind. Oh, I'm gonna be hyped. Don't worry.
I'm probably gonna be eating IHOP by then.
You're probably gonna be sponsored by then.
That'd be awesome. Turnip actually getting the nice pre-snipe there on Twerk, and one thing that I actually have been able to kind of note from YRN's play throughout a number of different tournaments that we've been able to watch them play in is that I like Twerk a lot. I think he's a fantastic player. Also can be a little bit too aggressive. That's one thing that definitely is a highlight play about him, but it's also a major negative that I've found about him as well, is that sometimes he can be a little bit overly aggressive, and I feel like this is definitely a map where he can be silenced for sure. Because just when we talk about Octane not really favoring those SMGs, especially when you are on the offensive side, only those gunfights we could see at close range on B if the defensive team tries to get aggressive and whatnot, but a lot of the time that close-up vector play, that aggression, does not play key when it comes down to a map like Octane.
I think if you play B correctly, I think the aggression can work in your favor. It just really depends, as long as you don't get picked off, and clearly it's not working for them on this side, because as they're getting picked off one by one, as Quivalu is playing the bomb by himself, 1v2 situation, and he gets taken out. I mean, I tend to like the aggressive vector play on B just because it puts pressure on the other team, because a lot of times on Octane, when you're playing on defense, you got snipers, you got ARs, you're just camping, waiting back, and then all of a sudden you got 3 SMGs in your face, and they're about to plant the bomb, and they're ready to go. So it depends on your playstyle and what you're comfortable with.
Absolutely. Well, of course.
And Quavo Lou is obviously comfortable being up in your face, that's for sure.
That's for certain. Without a doubt. Godism actually finding the first snipe here. That one's actually going to be on Turn Up. He's not able to live up to his name. In at least this round number 4. Ramby. Oh, the snipe. How did you miss that? Not that he misses that, but how do you get the hit marker in that situation? That's rather unfortunate. Every time I see someone get a hit, or just get a hit marker with the sniper rifle, it's just like I feel for them. Like I feel their pain in some cases, because I know how annoying that can be. I've made I made a career off of missing sniper shots and just getting hit markers, but you know, I understand this very well.
It's the worst, because you have a sniper and you really only have got 1 or 2 shots, and then you're dead pretty much. So when you do get that hit marker, you kind of cry deep down inside.
You do. So Godism actually able to finish off Rammy in that situation, so does get his revenge, rather. Probably mad more at the sniper rifle than actually his teammate, but finds another one on Teddy Rex. Give me the headshot, and Quavo Steve is there for the response. A great sequence of kills and a great round there from Godism as he finds an ace, I believe, with that sniper. And Steve, to finish things off, shuts down Bam Bam. As it's now going to be a pretty decent advantage. Only 2 rounds, but still an advantage nonetheless to the side of YRN.
I think we called that at the beginning, though. YRN is they're just. I think their chemistry is going to pay off on a big map like Octane. I've had personal experience playing in wagers with people that I don't necessarily play with all the time, and it's definitely difficult.
Yeah.
You can get almost swept at times, so I think the chemistry is what's paying off right now.
Absolutely, definitely a very important thing to mention when it comes to the guys who kind of play with one another. Haven't really personally been able to imitate guys like Teddy Rex or Turn Up too often. However, Turn Up doing some damage for that team, but like I said, side of YRN, definitely a group of guys who enjoy playing with one another, and they definitely see the success of their teamwork start to pay off. Tournaments such as this one.
Oh,
However,
Ramby with
Ramby
a quick scope.
snipe up close, nearly finds another one as well. However, Lou is going to be there for the kill. One-on-one, and Quavo has actually picked up that sniper rifle, but on the opposite end, Ramby as well has that same weapon, the USR in hand for both players. And we'll see what the call is for Lou, as he actually does not have that bomb in hand. He's going to have to rotate here quick to grab that one. And if Ramby can get in a position to watch over at B, he could find a decent line sight to get this round on board for them.
He does.
So solid round there as Ramby Bambi will finish off that kill. Now sitting at 4-3, as definitely I think it's fair to say in a elimination round, or elimination map rather, those rounds mean so much more. And I think you know, when people kind of bring in comparison, best of threes, best of five, when it's down to best of threes, man, it is so intense. Every map means so much more, especially being because once one map is in the books, you know, whoever obviously ever wins that one is only one map away, and the team that loses it, you know, they can only afford to have one bad map. They can't afford to have two, because if so, they're out of the tournament. So just because of that being the fact, these rounds so crucial, and that was a huge one that BiGBabies needed to have, and Ramby continuing on with that sniper rifle play, shutting down Twerk yet again for that first blood. And like I said, Twerk, I think he might struggle when it comes down to this map just because of the play style, and it's continuing to show when it comes down to B. When he's not having those gunfights happen on B, he's kind of rushing toward opposite sides. He's getting picked off for that first blood. That's happened twice now.
Quavo Lou's just chilling, just waiting for a pick, and he gets it. That was a great play by Quavo Lou. He knew that they were there. He waited for somebody to pop out, and he got the kill. That was good patience by Quavo Lou.
Indeed it was, and now a man-count advantage right now for YRN. Bamzoos, I don't think he ended up spawning the head of one player just toward his left side of that tank. He does have that bomb in hand right now. Could definitely make the rotation toward A. Turn up, though, on the opposite side of the map, doing some damage. Shuts down Lou, and it looks like Goatism is not faked out by this play. Immediately rushes toward the bomb site, shuts him down, realizes that all they have to do is just stay alive. They don't even need to find Turnup in this situation. Turnup will fire through, it spots out one, but can't finish off the gunfight. In any situation, rather, it's still going to be a round that goes to YRN. But great intuition from Goatism in that situation, because it's a 2-on-2. 3 out of the 4 players are lingering in mid-map. Do you think it was a call-out, or what do you think really forced Goatism to check that opposite site?
I mean, anytime you're playing on an Octane, you're worried about running back and forth to check the bomb sites, but I think that's just more intuition. He's just like, that's just like thinking in your mind, okay, we were just at B for a while. This dude's probably going to go over to A and plan it, and clearly he was correct.
Absolutely. So very strong play there from Goatism. As I thought that Twerk might have had a sniper rifle out, but was just kind of checking toward that side strip, maybe a potential flank that could have came in there with that Vector. However, only receives a nade to his side. As a nice nade there coming in from Quavo Steve. Beautiful one coming in there. That one yet again on turn up. Is a man-count advantage right now for YRN. We'll see how they play to get this bomb down on B.
Teddy Rex trying to make moves. Teddy Rex got too aggressive though on Humvees and got picked off. I really don't like seeing SMGs. Oh, I did.
Ramby, no. Oh my God.
Oh.
I know they freaked out.
I thought he was about to do it. I thought he was about to do it.
Like, after he hit the second snipe, I'm not going to lie, I was holding my controller and it literally jolted out of my hand because I, like, reacted like that. I felt like I was him for a moment. But I'm obviously not.
We wish we were him at the moment.
I wish I was hitting snipes like that. But I am...
skills by Ramby. 7-5. He's on top of the leaderboard. Teddy Rex, though, 1-6.
Yeah.
Is not like himself. I think, again, it's the big map with the Vector. It's difficult.
Absolutely. Looks like Twerk does rock that sniper rifle toward the beginning of the round. Just been kind of curious to see how that does pay off for him. But like I said, swaps back to that Vector as the early snipe comes in. Quavo Steve this time made part of first blood. Bam Bam could have swore he spotted a player, but in turn he actually gets shot through the smoke just shortly after shooting at a dead body, and then just going to get that bomb down. So Teddy Rex able to find one. Now it's a 2v3, and of course an elimination round. And Goatism might try to go for the sneak defuse. Hops on the bomb only for the moment just to be shot out. Now Quavo Lou left in a 1-on-3 scenario. Who gets shot from a number of different angles. And Teddy Rex, granted, we talked about how he had a slow performance, and it might be a little bit too late for that, but at least he's starting to pick it up toward the end of this match.
Yeah, well, you like to see that. He was 1-6. He picked it up, got 3 kills, got his confidence back. It's going to be tough, though, to come back 3v5 on Octane. It's always hard. It's one of the harder maps to come back on.
Definitely is, just because of how big the map plays, and those sniper rifles, man, definitely do some damage.
Yeah, those picks, man. It's a
Bambi.
Dude,
It's Bambi. Bambi.
Bambi is a beast with the sniper rifle.
Oh man, he is lighting it up at the moment. I didn't even know this was a player that was going in top strip. That just goes to show how quick of a reaction that this guy has. Quavo Steve on the opposite end, doing some damage. Of course, it will be Bam Bam.
I gotta watch Ramby. Yeah, we gotta watch Ramby.
Yeah. Oh, spots another one just inside of those mattresses, trying to lay him to rest. But not seeing anyone as of yet. 2v3, of course, yet again another situation where YRN is going to need to go big to close this one out. And it looks like Quavo Steve
all by himself.
3 here now, and he is going to get swatted out. So this is going to be 5 rounds to 4, it seems like now, as he should get sought out here very shortly. So 5 rounds to 4. I don't want to call it.
You see the comeback?
I think it's definitely possible. I definitely am not throwing out a round 11 by any means. But just the way that we were seeing the set of YRN play with confidence, they were getting their first bloods. But I think, honestly, it's been a lot in part to Ramby's sniper play. He's constantly finding first bloods. We see him do damage. Of course, he ends up losing the round that propelled the side of YRN to get to that 5th round. But he's been lining it with that sniper rifle. And I think kind of getting those first picks is definitely giving his team a little bit more confidence. And, in the back of their minds, they're saying this comeback is definitely possible. We're literally down by 2 rounds right now. Something that is, without question, one that we can overcome. But actually, a team kill comes into play. Teddy Rex shuts down Bamzus for the first blood, and Gotism shuts down Teddy Rex in case of that. Granted, Ramby's doing all he can to do work with the sniper rifle, but when you are making a comeback like that, you cannot afford to have team kills there, Taylor.
Well, YRN got aggressive, and they did get some shots in, though, but so I think they just kind of cleaned them up. But again, YRN got aggressive again on B, and I think that's when you see the most success for them.
Just like that turn-up, he's left all by himself inside of B-Dom, and he's going to get dropped. So what seemed like a potential comeback story for the side of BiGBabies will in the end be a victory toward the side of YRN. As this one will be closed out in 10 rounds of play. A very, very interesting series, to say the least, in our quarterfinal matchup between these two squads. To kind of recap things for you guys at home, of course, match number 1 on Sovereign ended up being a pretty easy victory, I think it's fair to say, for the side of BiGBabies. They won that one at 6 rounds to 3. However, we talk about easy victories. Match number 2, I don't even remember it, to be totally honest with you. It was a hot 6-0 on Warhawk for YRN. They kind of take that morale, they take that overall energy that they gained from that match, and obviously put it in here towards some Octane as well, playing Warhawk and Octane very, very strong and winning match number 3 in a 6-4 fashion. Well, with that, guys, of course, we want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors before we head to a commercial break and get our semifinal matchup on board for you all. Shout out to Origin PC, Acquire Clothing, Scuff Gaming, and Zowie, a brand by BenQ. Major thank you to our sponsors for, of course, making tournaments like this one happen live here from the UMG studio tonight. If you guys are interested and want to obviously enter into some giveaways, of course, you're watching the stream, you're having a pretty good time watching some Ghost action here for UMG Online. You guys want to get some giveaways. You want to win some prizes. We got some stuff, obviously, to give away for you guys. If you're in the chat right now, feel free to type in !giveaway. We'll be greeted with a link that will take you to a number of different prizes that you can win, of course, as long as you do fill out the ideas listed. You can win 2 copies of World War II, UMG Prime, UMG credits, as well as a UMG Scuff controller. Awesome prizes, of course, heading into World War II, where everybody is excited for that one. A number of different awesome prizes that you can kind of propel yourself to potentially be at that pro status, something that I will never reach, unfortunately. But guys, we're going to head to a quick commercial break. We return more action from the 4v4 Prime. We'll be back.